Going to figure out how to take user input with Java and calculate the sales report for some company. So we're going to get started by just seeing that this works. Okay, so we're printing hello world, so we know we're working. Let's look at our assignment. Our assignment is to take in 3 values, a month, a year, and a total collected amount. And we need to take those values and then print this sales report. So the first thing we need to do is figure out how to take in input. So let's search Java user input. Let's go to the first link. Okay, so now we have some idea about how to use user input. So let's use this example. Paste that. And let's do this. Let's paste this. Let's get rid of this. Okay, so let's try this and see if it's working. Okay, enter username. Good. But it didn't let us enter the username. I think that's because we have to close this my obj dot close. Okay, let's try that. Okay, so it's not letting us take the user input. Oh, okay, so we gotta do this. We gotta do like next line or... Okay, next line is gonna take a string. So that, first let's try and get the month. Okay, so we'll say enter month. String month equals... Let's call this scanner. Next line. Scanners makes more sense. Okay. All right, let's try this. We're trying to get the month. All right, let's try January. Okay, cool. So we think that's working. We can track by printing it. So let's print month. Okay, so it's January. So hopefully we're gonna see this printed. Okay, cool. So we know that this is working. We're getting the month. Now we need to get the year as an integer. And so if we go back to our documentation, we see we can grab an integer by using this next int function. All right, next. System out. We can just copy this. Copy, paste. Line it up, enter year. Let's copy this. Copy, paste. Year, and we want next int, and this is going to be an int. Let's print it. Print the year. Let's also get the total collected. Enter total collected. And I don't know why that's okay. So we're gonna do a double. Total collected equals scanner dot. Let's figure out how do we get a double. Probably next double. then let's print it to make sure we're doing it right. All right, so let's try this. Oh, we got an error on line 22. We got some random J. We don't need that. All right, and we want to print total collected. Yeah, all right. All right, month, January. Year, 2023. Nice. Total collected, 27,880.15. And I'm just using the example they give. So they give us an example of how our program should work. And if we're doing everything correctly, we should be able to print these values. So I'm going to use this. Okay, cool. So we're able to take input correctly. Now we need to use these values we've collected and create the report. So first I'm going to delete these print statements now that I know that they're working. Okay, and I'm going to make a new function that's called display report. And my goal is I want to display this thing right here. So I'm going to make a new function, display report, and I'm going to give it the month, the year, and the total collected. What's going on? All right, and now we have to make this function. So this is going to be a static void display report. It's going to take a string month, an int year, and a double total collected. And our goals, we want to print this guy right here. So what are we going to do? So we have a month, we have a year, and a total collected. How do we print stuff? So let's try and make a little bit of progress. Let's try and print the first line. All right, so we'll do system.out print line. What are we going to print? We're going to print month space and then plus our month and then another space and then plus our year. All right, so let's see what happens here. Let's run this. Month, January. Year, 2023. Amount, 27,880.15. All right, so we've got the first part of our report, the first line. Now we can do the second line too. That one's pretty easy. Let's print this dash line. All right. And we can go like the, what can we do? We could comment this out, I guess. So we don't have to do this every time. January 2023, 27,880.15. Okay, so we're going to comment this out while we're practicing. And then we're just going to call it with January 2023, 27,880.15. And that way we don't have to enter it every time. It'll be a little bit faster to test. So let's try it. Okay, cool. So we've written 2 lines. Now we gotta do the other stuff. Next, we want to print out total collected. System.out.println total collected $, and then we want to add total collected. Okay, So let's see what that does. Run. Okay, so we've got that line. So we're making steady progress here. Now we got to figure out how do we calculate sales. They give us this formula. Sales equals total collected over 1 plus 0.86, 1.086. So let's use that. We'll say, okay, let's calculate sales equals total collected. What's going on? Dang it. Why isn't that working? Control Z. How do I don't know what happened there. Print line. Okay, total. Okay, so you got to click it. Divided by 1.086. And I'm just copying this formula right here. So now we have our sales, and we want to print those out too. So we can copy this, copy, paste, total, what does it say? Just sales. 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 All right, let's see what happens. Okay, so we're making steady progress here. It's not exactly right, but pretty close. Same number-ish. Formatting's off, but we're making steady progress. All right, let's do county sales tax next. So how do we calculate county sales tax? It's probably going to be a double. County sales tax. Let's take a look. So it says state sales tax is 6.75%. County sales tax is 1.85%. So to calculate sales tax, you take the total sales and you multiply it by whatever this percentage is. So in this case, we're going to multiply sales by 1.85%, and that should give us this number right here. We'll know we're right if we get the same value. So let's go sales times 0.0185. And why is it that? Because so 1.85% equals 1.85 divided by 100, which equals 0.0185. That's how you turn a percent into a decimal. Okay, so let's print out county sales tax, see if we got it right. System, that out, that print line, county sales tax. We'll figure out the formatting later. County sales tax. Click. Give the colon, or else it won't compile. All right, let's try this and see what happens. Okay, so 474.93. Okay, basically right. So let's move on to state sales tax. So we're going to use the same approach to calculate state sales tax. In this case, it's going to be sales times the state sales tax percentage, which they tell us is 6.75%. So 0.0675. And then we can just copy this. Oops. Paste. I'm going to do state. State. All right, let's see what happens. Okay, 1732. How do we do? All right, looks like we're making progress. Figured out the state. And now to do the total sales tax, there's like a couple different ways you can do it. You can just add these two together, or you could just multiply by 0.086. We'll just add them together because we already figured out the two. Total sales tax equals the previous two added together. County sales tax plus state sales tax. Oh, I don't know what's going on there. Oh no. All right. State sales tax. Okay. All right, and let's copy and paste. Total. Is that what they say? Total? Yep. All right. Total. Sales. All right, let's see what happens. We got an error on line 32. Okay, we have to do out. Run. Okay, so 2207, 82, 2207, 82. Okay, so we're nearly there. What more is remaining? We got to figure out the formatting of this thing, and we got to figure out how to round this to 2 decimal places. But this should get you going. And let's do this full thing one time here, so we can comment this out like this. And we can go like that. Delete this. And let's run it one more time. Month, January, year 2023, totals collected 27880.15. Okay, so there we go. Hopefully this helps you get started, and see you for the next video.